to Mathematics 2. In this video, I will show you how to add two numbers in standard form. In the previous video, I showed you how to write a large number and a small number in standard form. If you are seeing this channel for the first time, please kindly subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button. Also, hit the notification bell to receive a notification anytime I upload a new video. Like, comment, and share this video. Let's jump into the first example. So to add two numbers in standard form, you must ensure that they are raised to the same power of 10. Take for instance, you have a times 10 to the power of 2, then add b times 10 to the power of 2. So you must ensure that the two numbers are raised to the same power of 10. So you can easily add the two numbers. You can easily say a add b multiplied by 10 to the power of 2. Okay, so that will be the end of the solution. And if this number is not in standard form, then you need to rewrite it to be in standard form. So that is the first one. The second one will be when the two standard form numbers are raised to different powers. Then how would you do that? It's very simple. So what you need to do is to write the other one, the bigger one, to the smaller one. Let me show you. Let's say you have m times 10 to the power of 4, then add n multiplied by 10 to the power of 3. So in this case, you cannot add these two numbers directly. What you need to do here is to write 10 to the power of 4 as 10 to the power of 3. Then you can now proceed as this. So here, the first thing you need to do is to say m times 10 to the power of 1 add 3. So that is what you need to do here. Then you can easily drop down this n times 10 to the power of 3. So from your multiplication law of indices, you know that if you have 10 to the power of 1 times 10 to the power of 2, for instance, so you know that you have to apply multiplication law of indices by selecting one of the bases, then you add the powers. So when you have it like this, you can return it back to this. So when I have 10 to the power of 1 add 3, that implies that I can write it as m times 10 to the power of 1, then times 10 to the power of 3. So if you apply multiplication law to this, you will get 10 to the power of 1 add 3. Then you can drop this again. That will be add n times 10 to the power of 3. So 10 to the power of 1 is 10. So I can multiply it by m. So that will be 10m, for instance. Then times 10 to the power of 3 plus n times 10 to the power of 3. So now the two numbers are raised to the same power of 10. Then you can now factor out 10. That will be 10m add n, then times 10 to the power of 3. Then you can now proceed as this. So this is what you need to do anytime you are asked to add two numbers in standard form. Okay, so let's go to the first example. So simplify 5 times 10 to the power of 2, add 7 times 10 to the power of 2, and leave your answer in standard form. So what other students do is that they write this as ordinary number, they write this as ordinary number as well, then they add the two numbers together and convert to standard form. But that is tedious. So once you understand this method, it's pretty simple and easy for you to do. So the first one is this. 10 is raised to the power of 2 here, and 10 is raised to the power of 2 here. We can easily factor out 10 to the power of 2. So that will be 5 add 7, then times 10 to the power of 2. So this is what you need to do. What you have in the bracket, if you multiply it by 10 to the power of 2, it will give you this and this. That is 5 times 10 to the power of 2 will give you this, and 7 times 10 to the power of 2 will give you this. Okay, so we are still on track. Then 5 add 7 is 12, then times 10 to the power of 2. Are we done? No. This 12 is not in standard form, so you need to write it in standard form. So don't forget that your standard form number must be between 1 and less than 10. Okay, so between 1 and any number less than 10. So in this case, we need to rewrite 12, okay, as a number in standard form. So that would be 1.2 times 10 to the power of 1. So if you are struggling on how to write a number in standard form, so you can go to the previous video. That's the first video. Okay, so we have times 10 to the power of 2. So these and these are indices, so we can apply multiplication of indices to this. This will be 1.2 times 10 to the power of 1 add 2, and finally we have 1.2 times 10 to the power of 3. So this is how you attempt or you approach questions like this. Let's go to the next example. Simplify 3 times 10 to the power of 4, add 4 times 10 to the power of 3, and leave your answer in standard form. So if you look at the power of 10 in the two numbers, you see that this is raised to the power of 4 and this is raised to the power of 3. So what we need to do is to ensure that they are both raised to the power of the lower one, which is 3. So we will say 3 times 10 to the power of 1 add 3, that's 4. Then add 4 times 10 to the power of 3. Then the next thing we need to do is to write this in indices, okay? So that will be 3 times 10 to the power of 1 times 10 to the power of 3. That is multiplication of indices, and it will surely give you this, okay? So add 4 times 10 to the power of 3. Okay, 10 to the power of 1 is 10. 10 times 3 is 30. Then times 10 to the power of 3. Add 4 times 10 to the power of 3. So what you have here is now pretty simple. Okay, so you just have to factor out 10. So here we have 30 add 4, then times 10 to the power of 3. So this will give you 34 times 10 to the power of 3. So of course we need to write this in standard form. That will be 3.4 times 10 to the power of 1. This is the same as 34. Then times 10 to the power of 3. Of course, we need to apply multiplication of indices on these two. That will be 3.4 times 10 to the power of 1 add 3. That will be 3.4 times 10 to the power of 4. So that will be solution to that question. Let's go to the last question. Simplify 3.6 times 10 to the power of 6. Add 5.4 times 10 to the power of 4. And leave your answer in standard form. So the first thing you need to do is to check the power of 10. So 10 is raised to the power of 6 here, and 10 is raised to the power of 4 here. So we need to write the bigger one as the lower one, okay? So that means we need to write 6 to the power of 4. So to do that, you say 3.6 times 10 to the power of 2 add 4, that is 6, then plus 5.4 times 10 to the power of 4. So we can apply multiplication of indices here by separating the base. So this will be 3.6 times 10 to the power of 2 times 10 to the power of 4 add 5.4 times 10 to the power of 4. So here we can now multiply this by 3.6. 10 to the power of 2 is 100. 100 times 3.6 will give you 360. Let me show you. 3.6 times 100. That means you need to shift the decimal point by 2 to the front. 1 and 2. The decimal point is now here. We fill up this with 0. You have a 360. So times 10 to the power of 4. Add 5.4 times 10 to the power of 4. Now the two numbers are raised to the same power of 10. Then we can now factor out 10 to the power of 10. So that will be 360 add 5, then into bracket 10 to the power of 4. 360 add 5, that will be 365 multiplied by 10 to the power of 4. 365 multiplied by 10 to the power of 4. Of course, this is not in standard form. you need to write it in standard form. That will be 3.65 times 10 to the power of 2 times 10 to the power of 4. So once again, if you are struggling with writing a number in standard form, you can visit the previous video. It was well explained there. So we can now apply multiplication law of indices on these two. That will be 3.65 times 10 to the power of 2 add 4. 3.65 times 10 to the power of 6. So this will be the final answer. Okay, so if you are subtracting two numbers in standard form, you still follow the same process. So there's no point making a video on that. So the next one will be multiplication and division of numbers in standard form. Until then, have your fingers crossed.